Hi, William Owen here, and welcome to a new Convoluted talk about a game. This time we will talk about Residual. What you're seeing right now is the end of the game. It's not a huge spoiler, but here's the gameplay loop. I've been playing this for the past week. I'm about 12 hours in. Basically, you crash on a planet, and you have to repair your ship and leave the planet. This is pretty much the gameplay loop. Of course, we're gonna go more in depth into it, but here's how the game starts. You crash. Each planet is kind of randomly generated, from what I've understand, and there's a bunch of planets to crash into. The first time, it took me like 7 hours to, repair my ship and get off the planet, because it was my first time, didn't understand every game mechanics. But the second time, and what you're seeing right now is the second time, it took me like an hour and a half. So it's not super long to get off the planet. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First thing first, this is an indie game made by a Dutch developer, a solo dev, named, and I'm gonna butcher his last name. I'm so sorry, man. Pascal Bestebroer. It's gonna be on screen. I'm very sorry, but I speak French mostly. I speak English a little, but I don't speak Dutch or Dutch. That's kind of the proof I don't speak that language. But anyway, he's been making games since 2004, so he's 20 years into game development. Residual released in 2021. And he's making a bunch of YouTube videos on how he's developing his game, and he's giving some talk about indie games and different gaming subjects. It's super interesting. I'm gonna put his YouTube channel in the description of the video. Go look him up. He's a great guy, super interesting, and he really goes in depth with what he's doing for a living, even talking about how much money he needs to make every year and how he's developing his game. Usually takes like a year to develop a game, and then he released it and move on to the next one. This game is available on Steam, it's available on Switch, and it's available on mobile. Mobile is the way I've played it. Of course, it supports controller, which is quite amazing, because look, I'm gonna be honest, I tried touch control. I feel it was kind of imprecise. I feel like you have those little arrows left, right to move around, and sometimes I feel I was kind of losing contact with the button. Like my character would stop moving forward, and it was kind of annoying. Maybe it's me, maybe it's, but I would suggest a controller to play this. Now, I've talked a bit about the gameplay loop. You crash on a planet, and then you have this little guy, this little robot following you around and talking, and he's cracking jokes. He's really nice. There's a bunch of pop culture references, like with Star Wars or like memes. He's quite funny, and he's helping you. He's giving you tips, giving you some information, very important information, because each planet is different. On some planet it's gonna be super hot, and on some planet it's gonna be super cold. And if it's super cold, your solar suit will, your battery, the white bar at the top left of the screen, you have like the red bar, which is your HP, your yellow bar, which is your hunger. It's look, if you're not into, this is not a survival game. This is a platforming game with survival elements thrown into it. I never ever ran out of food. There's fruits all over the place. You can fish. You can cook mushrooms that will this is funny because you can find mushrooms and you cook them and you eat them, and they will have side effects. Some will make you super dizzy and your control are all messed up. Some will make you run super fast. It lasts just for like a few seconds, but it's super funny to discover the side effects of mushrooms. Here's a great out of context quote here. If somebody wants to make a William Owen out of context quotes channel, this is one I've just gave you for free. And your white bar at the bottom is your solar suit. You have how is it called? Man, I suck with those. It's not called Convoluted Dog for nothing, alright? But you have a tool that can destroy some blocks in the caves. And when you use it, your solar suit, like battery, will deplete. Or when it's cold, your solar suit is keeping you warm, and so the battery will deplete. And to refill your battery, you just need to go to your ship and sleep for a little while. Here you see there's some light puzzle element to it. Like on this one, I need to move this block to the other side to press a switch, and of course this thing is going down when the lights turn reds. Now, I was very stupid because I got this puzzle again later in the playthrough, and you know, like pro tip, move the block to the left and then, you know, turn on the lights, and it's yeah. I was kind of stupid. But yeah, I did the game twice now. I've escaped from 2 planets, the first and this one, and I'm definitely planning to get off from more planets. And so now the door is open. The goal is to go deeper and deeper while activating those echo pillars, and the deeper you go, the more mats you'll find to repair your ship. You need different type of minerals, different type of... There's one big that everybody, including me, stumbled upon. It's sealant. I've made a short video which tells you how it looks, because the sealant quest, you have some, you know, at the left of the screen you have like what you need right now to continue, and at some point you get the sealant stuff, but I feel you get the sealant quest a bit too early in the game, because the sealant is quite deep into the caves, and everybody, I've seen it many times, everybody gets stuck at the sealant part because they didn't go deep enough to find it when the quest appears. So if you don't find sealant, just continue, go deeper and deeper, and more often than not, there's switches hidden in like grass, and you just need to put like a stick, a wood stick in them to activate them. You've probably seen it already. I'm not. I'll admit I'm not too attentive. I'm not too focused on the gameplay. This is really like B footage. I just recorded myself playing for a bit and thrown that here so you can see a bit how it works. And yeah, so you need to craft some tools, some mining tools, to get different type of mineral to repair the ship. Or there's a furnace and there's a metal compressor to make metal plates, and to make a furnace will make how is it called? Not silicon, but it's the thing. Yeah, silica tiles. This is how it's called. But it's not like I can destroy those like brown blocks, but this is pretty much the only block you can destroy. It is not. It looks like Terraria, but it's really not. It's really not like Terraria. There's no combat. There's no terraforming. You cannot, you cannot like build stuff really apart from the little crafting stuff like a hatchet or a fishing rod or a ladder. If you're stuck, just try to always have with you some wood stick and some not ropes, but the jungle thing. It looks like ropes, but it's made from like plants. Fuck, how is it called? Oh my god. I used to script my videos, and now I don't. And this is what happens. But anyway, try to keep that, and so you can build yourself a ladder and get out of some situation. Also, the teleporter is super important. You put one near your ship, and the other one will always stay with you. And in the option menu, there is an option to auto pick up your teleporter, your second teleporter, once you've teleported back to where you were. And seriously, activate that. Just activate it. It's not on by default. Go to, if you play this game, if you buy this game, go in the option menu and activate automatic grab up of the teleporter. I can't remember exactly how it's called, but please do. It's gonna save you a lot of headaches, because if you don't, you won't be able to go back to your ship easily if you get stuck somewhere, or if you run out of HP. So yeah. And speaking of buying the game, it's $7.99 beaver bucks, or it's $7.99 maple syrup money. In US, I'm not sure. It's probably $4.99 or $5.99. But in Canadian money, it's $7.99. I totally got my $8 worth of enjoyment, and I am still playing the game. Now I'm trying to get some achievement with iOS 17. The Game Center achievement stuff really got better. There's a lot more details, and you can see the percentages of like on Steam or on PlayStation. You can see how many people got the achievement. Well, not how many, but how many percent. And it's super fascinating to me, all the achievement stuff, because I like to see how many people got it. And there is one in this game. There's one for fishing 100 fish, and I got it. And there's less than 0.1% of people who got it. And then there was another one to get 500 fish, and I did that during my lunch break at work. Half an hour, and there's less than 0% of people who got it. And to be fair, there is absolutely no reason to get 500 fish in this game. Well, you can cook fish to get back some HP. Well, some food, a hunger meter to fill out your hunger. But as I've said, there's so many fruits lying all over the place. At least in the planet I've seen. Maybe at some point I will land on a planet, like a super desertic planet without any food, and the only food I will be able to get is with some fishes. By the way, okay, another pro tip for Residual. If you want to get the fish, the 100 fish, 500 fish achievement, how it works is, to make the fishes appear is that on the screen you will have like a small lake, and there won't be any fishes in them. Move to the right or the left until the time you don't see the puddle of water, the little lake, and then move back to it and it will be full of fish. The fishes appear when the lake is not on the screen, basically. So you just have to move a bit and then move back to the lake and there will be fishes in them. You go fish them and rinse and repeat. So yeah, a little pro tip that I had trouble figuring out how fishes were appearing. At some point I standed there like for 5 minutes waiting for fishes to spawn, but nothing was happening, and so I started to mess around with it, and yeah, I found it. I found how it works. So there you go. Most people won't hear this pro tip because well, most people won't watch this video in its entirety because it's incredibly... I'll admit, I think it's my most convoluted talk I've ever done on a game. Let me know in the comments if you remember a more convoluted talk, but I feel this one is quite convoluted. But anyway, I'm super happy to do it. I've been thinking about making it all week because this is what I've played last week. And I got kind of obsessed with it. I had a rough start with Residual because I just discovered Pascal's games. He also made... I've bought it, I haven't played it yet. He made Ash World. It's kind of an open world post-apocalyptic game where you need to scavenge some places and shoot some bad guys. It's kind of Mad Max. It's like indie Mad Max. But anyway, I've played like 15 minutes just to try it. And yeah, I found out about Pascal through his YouTube channel like 2 weeks ago maybe, and got very interested with his game. And you just need to know what you're getting into. It's, you know, I love those games. I love those small project, small team, solo dev. It really speaks to me. Those games are always made with a lot of love and passion, and it shows. But it also comes with some limitation. You know, Residual is not, I don't know, Skyrim. You need to understand what you're getting into. You're getting into a solo dev made game over like the span of a year, and there's I don't think I'm gonna play it like for hundreds of hours. At some point you get what you get, but I haven't had any big issues with it. Like there's no... I didn't experience any crashes. I didn't experience any major bugs apart from some you know, some glitchy stuff. And it's not actually no, I didn't experience any glitches. It's just getting to understand how things work is a bit clunky. And the jump button is like, well, on a PlayStation controller it would be square. On the Xbox I think it's X. So and you cannot map the controls. So, you know, in all my games I'm jumping with like A, and now I had to jump with X, and it really messed me up quite a bit. But I got used to it pretty fast. There's basically two buttons you need to press. So you need to press A to like use your stuff. A is like confirm. It's like yes, use it, and you have to press X to jump. and it's basically it. And you have like R1 to look at the map and different stats. You also have a tool to identify like the creatures roaming around, and of course there's an achievement for analyzing every creatures on many planets. I will probably try to get it. I've been weird with achievements lately. Really got big into it. But yeah, I'm not sure what I can say more about Residual. No combat, platforming game mostly, with some survival elements to it. It's super pretty to look at. At first, I thought it was a bit... what would be the word? Charge. It was a bit overwhelming to identify the stuff I needed. There's a lot of stuff on the screen. Sometimes it's hard to like understand that this thing is a switch or this thing is a broken piece you need for the ship. So it took me a little while to oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say. I had a rough start with the game. Discovered Pascal's video and got interested in this game, but the two games I thought were the most interesting to me. And starting Residual, as I said, it was a bit clunky. I didn't understood too much what I needed to do, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like when I was not playing, I was thinking, where could be that material I need? How far would I have to go down deep into the planet? And I couldn't stop like thinking about the game. And yeah, it was a weird feeling to be completely honest. And the more I played, the more I've enjoyed it. In the end, I'm very, very happy with this purchase. I'm very happy to be able to talk about it. And I do plan to get as many achievements as I will be able to. Yeah, if you end up buying it, please leave a review. Like on the Canadian App Store, there's only my review. And on Steam, there's not that many reviews, so please leave reviews. And this is something you should do with most indie game you buy. Reviews really help sell games. So I really wish the best to Pascal's with his games. He's working on a new one that is called Regulator City. It looks to be quite amazing. It's like you have a squad of AI people, and you go into some baddies' place, and you have to regulate them. Well, put it that way. It looks to be very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that. But in the meantime, I will play Residual, and then I will play Ashworld. This is next on my list of things to play. Well, that and Trails to Azure that I've bought like 2 weeks ago, and that I didn't started yet because I was just playing too much Scourgebringer, getting the achievement. By the way, I got my Platinum trophy on Scourgebringer last week. I was very happy about that, and I got, of course, all the achievements on Game Center on iOS. So this is 2 places I got all the achievement to Scourgebringer. I wonder if I should buy myself an Xbox to get all the achievements on Xbox. I don't think I will do it, but this is something I've considered, unfortunately. But yeah, this is Residual. Hope you've enjoyed my ramblings. I need to still fill like 3 minutes because I have as a B footage the ending of my playthrough. So here's a funny discussion I think that I wanted to have, and so I'm gonna fill out the 2-3 minutes that we have. So let me know in the comments if games were like popular meal, like the equivalent, like food equivalent. I'm gonna give you an example. Mario Bros would be pizza because most people like it and it's very accessible and it's pretty easy to enjoy. So this is an example. So try to oh, this is like, see, this is a switch. You have to put some wood into that oh no, that's not wood, that's you need to repair the gadget. Okay, but switches look like that. Sometimes you have just to put a piece of wood in the gadget to not in the gadget, in the switch to make a door open. But this is not that one. Okay, so here I am closing the hypergate. There's a story to the game, by the way, where the ooze is spreading all over the galaxy through those hypergate thingy. I don't know if I understand all of the story because there's a bunch of logs to find and some weird device machine that, you know, do like some like a Canon projector that shows you some images from the past, and I don't think I got all the story yet. So so yeah, I'm not sure I understand the whole thing, but what I know is the ooze is spreading through those hypergates and it's messing up like the planets and it's destroying our ship and stuff. So if you know more about the story, let me know. This is where I am right now with my understanding of the story. It's not a story-driven game, it's really a let's try to leave the planet game. Let's try to repair the ship and leave. And this is exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna repair this ship. So of course some gameplay was cut. I just recorded, you know, sometimes. I didn't record my whole playthrough, so I recorded like the first 15 minutes and pretty much the last 15 minutes. So there we go. We've succeeded. So that was my convoluted talk about Residual. Thanks a bunch for watching, and yeah, talk to you again real soon. Bye bye.